Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Empires of Aether. To a special Sunday edition match. It's Sunday Night Aether. Hold on. Oh, we gotta do this right. What? Hold on. This is on the fly. Hold on. This is on the fly. I swear, this is the intro of a lifetime. Oh, here we go. I promise it's coming. Yeah. It's Sunday Night Aether, featuring a stellar matchup between 4 newer players in Bodrick, trying not to die on stream. Will he crack under pressure? Will he? Because he's really been heating up his gameplay on the outside in the casual games. But let's see if the big lights and the big captain cameras flashing on his face disrupt his mojo. And he's squaring off against none other than Chocolate Bao, coming off a win just last night, not in the competitive scene, but he is feeling the fire within him. That's right, he's a fire main, self-proclaimed. Let's see if the banning phase takes it away from him. And here we are also featuring Can't Touch This, who has a great understanding of the game, and let's see it take place in the form of a dub in the competitive season. And then we're joined by none other than Seabass. Just got killed a few nights ago by our current tied for first place, first seed, Goofy. Let's see if Seabass can survive this matchup. It's Sunday Night Aether! Okay, that whole intro, that's gotta be that's gotta be it. Let's go! The dice have been rolled. The board is what it is. Nerfs are in water. Abilities changed. Let's see if it's dominant. Not really seeing it. This bottom left is pretty good for water. Top left not bad either. We've got Air and Earth banned right out of the gate. It looks like they're targeting Seabass's. I think one of the only elements he's played, Earth. Even in all their casual games, he seems to lean Earth. Came very close to a dub on a game they were just playing a couple hours ago. So they seem to be targeting Seabass. Fire is banned. Wondering if there's some retaliatory bans here. No, and it's water that gets banned away as well. It's the OG4 are taken out. The OG4, Lightning being taken at the 20 and 20 position. And I've been looking forward to seeing this, because I don't think it is as solid the pick as people think it is. There are counters to it. However, this second pick being metal is not what I thought the counter pick was going to be. I think Poison has some excellent options to stop it. And in the bottom left, really great. Especially with their new tier 1 ability that gets them a swamp for free. That swamp is a star tile, bro. Let's get a free one, baby. Like, that's actually begging to be a swamp right there. And then I don't think Lightning can contend with Poison anymore. I really don't. So I would have really loved to see the second pick go with Poison in the bottom left. Of course, third pick, great here as well. Like, it's not a bad pick. You've got a desert right here that you can just efficiently turn into a swamp here for you, using your other tier 1 ability. So we got Bao playing in metal. I didn't see who it was playing Lightning. I think it's Can't Touch This. I think it's Jackson on that, I believe. Yep, it is. What's the third pick here? We are running a strict 2-minute turn timer on these boys tonight. They've gotten a lot of reps in. They're ready for it. Yo, I'm feeling this music, baby. Caffeinated on a Sunday night. We are ripping and raring to go. Bosses on the board are Occipity, which is really what you don't want to see when Lightning is in play. This is going to be Lightning's focus here, and whoever's in this corner, provided it's not Poison, is probably going to be the target, the destination of Lightning's kill. So, let's see whoever's going here. They are a brave soul. And I do hope it's Poison. I want to see that matchup. Blood just got a few new changes, a few new gadgets in it, and it looks like the third pick is taking a gander at it. Seabass actually was just handed a loss at the hands of Blood, and it looks like he's trying to try it for himself. This is a bold move. Squaring off with Lightning as Blood at a 13-13 position. I would not recommend it. Instead, he's hovering Glacier now. We've got Glacier being selected in the southwest corner. Glacier is a very solid matchup against Lightning. It's until Lightning punches through this Harpy are we really feeling concerned. But we're likely going to be turning this lake, or ideally this forest, into a blizzard turn 1 or turn 2. It would take a lot of resources to do it turn 1. So I don't think that is going to happen. But hey. And with the final pick, it's going to be Poison on the opposite side from Lightning. But at least Poison is getting selected by none other than Bobrick. And this is actually one of the 2 or 3 elements that Bobrick actually has a win on. He knows Poison well, and now Poison's got some new toys to play with. So I think Bobrick is actually in a really, really solid spot. I think Poison's going to match up well against Metal. It's just all about that timing. When are we popping Plague? When are we popping our initial Plague? But they actually got new toys, ways to efficiently pop it twice. And so we're going to give them a chance to select their abilities. And while they're doing so, how are we feeling? How are we feeling, baby? Let's get these capitals out of the way. Let's get all this out of the way. Get them out. Get them out. Take a look at these corners. We got Glacier playing a pretty straightforward. In fact, this is a very similar southern half of the board. This is a new board from the other night. Yet we still have Activity in the southern half, and it is Glacier squaring off against Lightning. It's the same exact lineup in the bottom, featuring a couple of the same players, so it looks like they just can't get out of their own way. They know what they want, right? However, I believe it's different players on these elements. Bobrick wasn't on Glacier. No, Bobrick was on Glacier. No, not Bobrick. Sorry, Seabass. Seabass was on Glacier. So Seabass is rocking Glacier 2 competitive matches in a row. Bobrick trying something new in the Poison, and I think it's going to fit his playstyle. He likes to go all in, so why not sabotage multiple people on your way out the door? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, why is the bot not working? Hold on. While they're picking their abilities, I got time to check this out. Oh, you know why? It's because they got to re-verify my Twitch. Well, would you take a gander there? Apparently, I can play tic-tac-toe on stream now. Huh? It turned my bot off. Okay, she is back on, I think. Boom! We're back in business, baby. So, Oof, you got to rack up all these caps last stream. Hydrate, don't worry. Got the caffeine, but I also got the juicy jug. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Biggest Green, what's up, man? Welcome. No cap gain last stream, I think. Ooh, rough. That's weird that it turned my bot off. I didn't know that. Oops. Okay. So I think Lightning's got a pretty straightforward strategy here. Going against Glacier, they can really disrupt that by getting a Blizzard on Lightning's side of the board. However, I think that's going to be unlikely. Glacier starting at a 13-13 start. But Activity is going to be the focus for both of these players. And I do give the edge to Lightning there. Now, the other matchups. We've got Kraken and Stallion up on this corner of the board. Metal can do some funky things with that. I think Poison is favored to get our Stallion over here. But how is Metal going to disrupt that? Although, maybe they don't want to. Maybe they anticipate Lightning to win out in this battle over here and actually let Metal take Stallion or Poison take Stallion and go interfere and just leave me to my own devices in my corner. I think there's excellent merits to that strategy. But Metal's got a solid corner for them. They've got 2 mountains for their original excavation abilities on top of the tier 2 abilities to change that forest and that swamp into great position ores and eventually smelter tiles. Now, in this game, it is featuring 12 new map condition cards. I also deleted several advantage cards that I just don't like. Let's take a little peek-see at the top here. See if there's any new ones. There is, in fact, a new one. And this is going to be a massive one. Spawning a Blizzard on the board, defining a barrier between Poison and Glacier. That is going to be the turn 1 weather event. Very solid. Very solid. So we've got new weather events at turn 1 and what appears to be turn 6, I think, because 2 of those are going to get canceled. And then an early Aether. All right. I think weather's going to dictate a lot of this game. Big E playing against all new players. No. It's all new players. It's Bobrick, Bow, Jackson, can't touch this, and Seabass. Trust me. Your number 1 seed is safe this game, Goofy. Safe this game. Hey, welcome aboard, everyone. Thanks for coming and hanging out on a Sunday night. I know there's other things you could be doing, but hey, what's better than a little Aether? A little frosty Aether, maybe watching Bobrick and Seabass die again? We'll see. Bobrick ain't new, he just sucks, is the commentary from the current number 1 seed, Blue Shadow. Yikes! Yikes! So rigged. Everyone is losing their roles, baby. So Lightning's already got his ability set up, and like we said, he's already got his plan, right? You take this tier 3 quest because I am going to get this Occipity, and I'm going to go to tier 3 for free, essentially, with that, which allows me to, whatever person I end up killing, that is going to win me the game, and I do think that's going to be Jackson's strategy here. But Poison can do a lot to disrupt that from across the board, and I think this all revolves around Winged Stallion. And so I'm actually hoping we see Bao, who has never played Metal before, at least not to my knowledge. I'm wondering if they do some sort of little parlay agreement, and Metal allows Poison to take that Stallion and just allow him to sick the dog onto Lightning. Because I think Seabass is going to need some help over here. I really do. We've got our pretty standard lineup here. Seabass is taking snowshoes this time, though. There was no snowshoes in the last matchup here. But pretty standard. He is taking the Blizzard quest in tier 3. And he's got some good stalling mechanics. And what you need to know is that when this becomes a Blizzard tier 1, Wing Transport is even more important. Because maybe Poison doesn't want to just go over there to stall Lightning, but to snag the win condition for himself. So let's see if Seabass fails to capture all of the tiles in proximity of his corner. Because I do think he's going to be the one under the most pressure to do that. Poison's got some new toys here. Let's see what they're going with. He's still got 4 tier 1 abilities here. 4 tier 1 abilities here. And he's got 4 tier 2. So he is weighing the 2. I think if you're going to go square off against Lightning, Contagion is absolutely necessary. You can take out a lot of these soldiers. It feels good to hydrate again, boys. Hydrate under your watch. He doesn't go for a Contagion. Doesn't go with the Monument either. See, I think both of those are just so solid in the matchup he's got present. I'm not worried about Metal coming at me. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Glacier coming at me because their hands are going to be tied. I think this was as good a time as any to bust out the new toys of Poison. But we do see Poison's new Titan passive Parasite, which essentially has Mink the Thief's ability tied into stealing advantage cards as well. What's his other one going to be, though? I don't really see any merits in needing this one for free, although Bobrick is starting at 10-10. So maybe he wants it? Maybe he wants to swap for free, but I would probably go with the Handle with Gloves, Watch Your Set, Mame Plague, the classic original set of tier 1s for Poison, is what I'm probably checking out. Let's see Metal. Is Metal going for the quest? Metal is not going for the quest here, so you gotta wonder, what is their win condition? How are they gonna win this game? They've got Descendants of Hephaestus. They can get 2 relics, so he's gonna play for the middle of the board. He's got both ore tile abilities, but not going for the quest, which is very, very interesting. Especially if you're gonna take Hephaestus, there's a relic in there that gives you easy access to a 3rd ore tile. So then all you have to do is really recycle your excavation to, once again, just transition this mountain to a 4th ore tile for you. It's a really easy win condition. Not sure what the second one would be, but right now, what's your first win condition if you're not taking your quest? That's the question. That is the question. No new advantage cards in this update, not just yet. Pretty soon, though. I was working on a few zingers. The new bosses are sitting on the wayside. Would have loved to see them integrate in today's game. Would have loved it. But hey, Maybe next time. All about revolving around those elemental abilities. And it looks like we're about ready to start here. Poison just making their last elemental chops. Turns, Mr. G. When, in fact, they can do that, you know? Like, they can do that. Glacier was third, right? Yep. And there we go. So Poison's going to start off by getting I've Got Skin in the game. A very interesting turn 1 card, but I really like in this position. Because now it means that maybe Wing Transport doesn't mean I have to use it across the board to save Glacier. Or I have to be in a rush to do it myself, because now Glacier, I might be able to save them. Might be able to save them. Strict turn times, boys. Gotta be on these guys. These guys like to take their sweet time. In these early turns, it's gotta be zesty. It's gotta be speedy. This is not a game. Oh, I thought I did do it right. See us a second. Boom. Oopsie. Skin in the game indeed. And I think Bobber's going to have plenty of skin in the game. Alright. Bobber moving out to this lake here. We're definitely looking to see this desert get converted to a swamp either this turn or next turn. But I think he's going to go ahead. So he did go for the swamp tile for free, which is very interesting. But I think that means he's going to go gung-ho for the Stallion, which we already expected. I don't know if it was really necessary. I just don't... Oh, he's not going to like this at all. Right? We know what weather event is coming. He is not going to like this at all. At least he's got access to the boss still. But he is not going to like this at all. He's about to get barriered off here. He thought he was going to be able to go after Seabass here. And it is not going to be the case. They are going to be sorely disappointed. Yikes. I'd love to see that other Blizzard event happen between Lightning and Metal. I think it'd be really cool to put a barrier between them. Even though I don't see them fighting each other anyway. Metal could potentially advance on him, but who knows. Giants in all caps for Glacier. It's alright. But it's what they can already do with their blubber rations. Right? Pretty solid. Glacier definitely opening up a little bit more strongly than last game. As opposed to just buying 3 soldiers and putting them on a tile he couldn't afford in turn 1 last time. He is going to occupy 3 separate tiles and purchase 2 of them. A much better play, Seabass. Infinite improvement. Infinite improvement from last time. But he's going to have a very cool barrier for him. Right? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, he had enough to afford that? One of them was half price, so that does make sense. If he made the field half price, I think he's got plenty. So he's going to... He's learned his lesson. In fact, this is a very similar setup to last time, in which Lightning was going to pressure him on this side. He has learned his lesson infinitely. Goofy, you've traumatized this boy. Absolutely traumatized him. So we got Bao getting the reinforcements, combat advantage card. Not too solid, especially not for Metal. I don't see Metal getting pressured whatsoever. I actually see this is going to be an aggro game between the 3 players. And Metal is going to sit by the wayside. And so now the question is, can Metal execute whatever their winning strategy is before 2 people die? I mean, that's how these players play. These guys are the most accurate people I've ever seen in my life. Oh, this is kind of interesting here. The ore tile is just up for grabs right there. I mean, I get that he felt like he had to put a barracks on there, right? We can replace that with a resource building later, but, man, these are precious tiles at this current point, man. Bao could live to regret this. It is poison coming at him. It's not just some soft, you know, magma or some other weaker blood, arcane, something like that. No, this is poison. Poison can snatch your tiles for sure. So he does have the ability to put 2 resource buildings on that field eventually. Only can afford 1 this turn, but really not spending that much food. Spending a total of 7 food, 10 food that turn. Really good. Should be -3 here, right? I'm going to moderate this. I've been running these numbers these last couple games. And we go to Can't Touch This. Lightning is going to dictate this game. And actually, if I'm looking at these matchups, I got Glacier on one side, I got Poison on this side, and this weather is going to dictate a lot, right? Maybe I don't just Zerg Rush. Maybe this might be a time to buy my time. I'm at 2020. When I pop, I can pop faster than other people. Maybe I wait for like a turn 4, turn 5 pop, and then go in a direction that wasn't anticipated. Does Red Shadow start you with 1 soldier on your capital? It does not. Metal setting up, got Lake and Field to kill. Potentially? But I just... Even if it is Metal, more resilient with those BM, you can hold your ground a little bit further. Squaring off against Poison in Tier 1 just feels bad. Feels really bad. I'm going to lose these advantage cards if I go against him. I'm going to have Plague coming at me. Just doesn't feel that good. It should. Disagree. Then there's no sacrifice to it. What? They shuffled it. They shuffled the weather, right? They shuffled the weather. Those fools. No, I was so excited. I took a little peek-see. Well, now Glacier doesn't get their free barrier. You don't have your general for 3 turns? That's not actually true. And when you get your general, when you have access to your general, he's in a much more advantageous position. I think Red Shadow is incredibly underrated. Poison's going to get surprise funding. Everyone's getting BM. Pretty solid for them. Yo, they shuffled the deck, man. I'm salty. I was excited for early Aether, man. Yo! I was excited. So everyone's getting some BM here. See what Glacier's rocking here. Netting a total of 7 food and 5 BM from this, and they're going to roll a dice. I'm actually really curious. Only gets 2. It's unfortunate. So he's going to go to 7 and 7 for turn 2. Or he's going to gain 7 and 7, I should say. Put it back on top. I definitely want to put the Aether one on top. The Aether Unbound weather event. I want to see some more early Aether games. I've got an advantage card for it now, and I've got a weather card for it now. It'd be cool if there was a relic for it as well. Think about it, boys. Or a boss. A boss. Should rig the whole weather deck, make it interesting. I would like to do that at some point. Script my games. Get the Vegas betting odds on it. See where the money line is at, and then rig the deck to my liking. Put my king in the right position. Poison's going to advance into that swamp and get a soldier on that lake. I do like it. These players are learning. It's really cool to see. Now, this is the first game that's featuring mostly new players here. They played a good bit on the outside. They're actually getting together on weeknights and weekend nights and actually playing this game with each other, which is really, really cool. So we gave them a nice competitive match, right? Don't have any big old veterans in this game to just dog on them. But it's very cool to see them learn stuff like this. Because what Bobrick has fallen victim to leaving your tiles open to your capital too many times. Metal sitting at 11 and 17. I don't think they could have killed him, but they could have definitely started the suffocation process. Could have bought this lake, put 2 defensive fortifications on it, then Poison feels like they can't make a move, and it feels really, really bad for them. So then we've got Glacier sitting, ended up at 9 and 7 that turn. Now we just want to see him expand. I think Lightning's going to play a fairly economic turn. Lightning actually ran Power Outage. Didn't notice that. Lightning's running a defensive ability. I wonder if that's because Poison is in the game. I mean, Glacier and Poison, right? It's noteworthy. It's a threat. The Tier 2, absolutely standard, though. Tier 3, absolutely standard. I really like where Lightning is at now. I think there's a lot of plays against him. I really do. Certainly great choice in many selection, or many options. I really think Poison in this 16-16 corner, especially with that first weather event that was going to happen, would have been nutty. Because then I imagine Glacier's not picked up here. You've got a Blizzard in between them. That's just ridiculous. Seabass expanding his borders much more methodical than last time. He was putting all the eggs in one basket and taking a long time to do it, and Seabass is now going efficient. Let's see what this turn 2 card is. He hired Sharpshooter, so he assassinated a soldier. That is detrimental in turn 2. And it would have been a Lightning soldier that got killed? Is that right? No, it was a Poison soldier that got killed. There would have been a soldier right here. So he's killing the Poison threat. I like it. Unless it wasn't a tie. Then we got Metal. Question, what is Metal going to do here? Are they going to aggress? I would imagine they just put 2 defensive fortifications here. Maybe even only 1. 1 should be fine, should do the trick. They might even be talking to each other and just saying, hey, take the stallion, man. No rush. No beef with me. We don't need a scrap. I'm going to do my game, you do your game. Metal's going to take the first star tile of the night. Putting 1 defensive fortification up. Yeah, I see Poison being totally okay with this deal. They don't need to pressure anything. Metal's going to go ahead and proc 1 honed armor here. That's an interesting use of resources in this current venture, especially because he's got 1 soldier here. You just paid 5 BM on turn 2 to add 1 to your dice roll to 1 soldier. Efficient? Question mark? Don't know about that. Don't know about that one, pal! But hey! Maybe he sees something I don't. Maybe he knows the weather deck better than I do. Something like that. And the general's in position to buy tiles next turn. So, I wonder how much talking is taking place. Right? Oh, he's going to take the stallion this turn. He's going to take the stallion this turn. Everyone, buy your tiles. Buy the tiles next to your capital. I imagine that's a little bit of the talking. Metal should have saved to get tier 2 and kill boss. Something different from that. That was 5 BM that did not go to the right area. But he's ending 13 BM. He could still go tier 2. He'll be at 14 and 14. So he can still do it. He can still do it. What do you mean that's big brain? Spending 5 BM turn 2. What's up, Harsha? Welcome aboard tonight, boy. Then we got Lightning. See what Lightning is doing? Just playing an economic game. Not feeling too much rush. Not feeling too much pressure from Glacier. And I think that's pretty accurate. Pretty appropriate. What I want to look out for, though, is can Glacier get here? They've already used their tier 1 ability, actually. And based on these current cards, he won't have enough to go tier 2. So actually, this might be a pretty calculated play from Lightning. But he still puts this soldier next to the forest anyway, so that Glacier can't move on in and blizzard it. Sandstorm was in effect for 1 more turn. No one was actually stuck in the desert. Oh, but so interesting. Thankfully, it's Poison that's threatening the Stallion. He couldn't actually enter this desert. How interesting is that? Couldn't actually take it. That 5 could have gone to another DF. It would have been much better, right? Much better. I mean, really, saving it or putting it into any other investment would have been better. A resource building. Simple-minded, can't see the big play Metal is going to do with +1 defense. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we go to Bobrick. I don't think Bobrick's in a position to kill Stallion. 9 and 20, is this for real? Man got so much BM from that announce card. He might have rolled a 12, actually. So he did activate his free swamp here. And I imagine once he can actually get this here, this is going to become his secondary swamp. Courtesy of his Watcher Step. Did Metal not move his general? He did. Because now he's on the forest. Didn't buy it. Didn't buy it. But setting up to purchase it next turn. Definitely the right play. But I think Metal is actually going to be taking the Winged Stallion. Do they want to blow their big turn 2 on that, though? With Poison sitting right there at their doorstep, this actually could be a really big trap that Poison springs on them. If Poison is able to spring the Man-Made Plague after Metal pops 2 armies from Metallurgical Men, it's very, very solid. Decent advantage card here for the matchup if we go to aggro. But instead, we're moving out to the star tiles. Did we purchase it? Did we? We spent food somewhere. Okay, we did buy the Rainforest star tile. We actually have 2 star tiles getting purchased in the first 3 turns. I think that's a bit out of the norm for the last few games. I think that'd be a very interesting stat to track. I need a full-time statistician to track all the stuff. Like, we're tracking turn wins and all that jazz. I need to track, like, rate at which bosses are killed, rate at which star tiles are purchased, that sort of thing. Huh. So if Metal actually ends up pressuring Poison here, that'd be very interesting as well. And it'd be unfortunate to throw this card away, but I'm not seeing Lightning or Glacier put the pressure on each other to where it would be necessary over there. Will you pay me to do it? Yeah, once I get my big boy 8-figure funding, absolutely. Full-time statistician for these online Twitch-casted tabletop simulator games. You got it. Put that on your resume. Put that on a business card. Dragon's Retribution. If Dragon's Lair's not already on the board, convert one of the landmark tiles to the Dragon's Lair. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. could be a big factor against the likes of Poison and Lightning, who are really good at spamming those armies. But Glacier, not an economic nation. Glacier really wants to enhance that building material production and spend as little as possible this turn. Moving the general into the lake, I think that's a solid purchase. That's totally fine. The iceberg is being put on the short side of the map, declaring Lightning is the enemy. Instead goes for the lake in the middle of the board. Maybe advancing towards the smith, something like that. Don't mind this play whatsoever. Only spending 2 BM with that play. I will have exactly enough to go tier 2 next turn. Very solid there. Gotta get tier 2 next turn, I think. Otherwise, things get a little dicey, because Lightning, there's no chance they don't go tier 2 next turn. They don't have to this turn. I don't know if they're going for Harpy or what. This is a game where I can already tell the change to Harpy's health is such a good one. Yeah, Lightning's at 14-14. They do not want to go tier 2 this turn. We might see an aggressive play here on this lake, though. Because he might be doing the math. Glacier can't go tier 2 and buy this lake. Glacier can't go tier 2 and aggress upon something, especially if Lightning's in their back door. The bad news is we got a blizzard right here in between us. That also could be the home of some polar bears if they go tier 2. So maybe we don't do that. I don't mind purchasing the force here, putting up 2 defensive fortifications. Not bad. Change Harpy health? Yeah, Harpy's at 75 HP. Very good change. So is Centaur. Centaur and Harpy are both 75 HP. What advantage cards being used? I'll scratch yours. You and one other nation receive 5 BM. Bao getting 5 BM. So the 5 that he just spent very inefficiently gets bailed out by an advantage card. And I would imagine you give it to Glacier. Which, man, Glacier can do some good work with that. And it does go to Glacier, right? No, it doesn't. He hasn't factored it in yet. But I imagine he will. No way you give it to Lightning. Not a chance. Lightning taking no economic surplus or supplement tier 1 cards. They don't have that many great options. But I guess starting at 2020, he's not feeling like he needs Thunderclap or something like that. Thought Harpy's been 75 for a bit now. It has. I just wasn't sure if you were updated on that. Go Glacier, go Mr. Freeze on him. He does need redemption. This is Seabass, who was slain last match that was casted. Oh, are they really covering the... They're still covering this advantage card. That's what they're still talking about. Yikes! Yo, I think it's an obvious choice. Metal wants Glacier and Lightning to beef with each other, in which Glacier needs a sponsorship. Give them some love, let them fight, and then I can do my mid-game plays. Because Poison is going to be a worthy adversary here. Poison could have taken better cards in this matchup, and they didn't. I would have loved to see the new Tier 2 cards on Poison as well. Against Metal, not just Lightning. I would have done this game very differently. Very differently. But hey, Bobrick's a Poison main. He knows what he's doing. Right? Do we have full faith in Bobrick? Spam 1 in the chat if you got faith in Bobrick. Crickets. 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 Where'd the BM go? It's going to Lightning. Yeah. That makes sense, right? The 5 BM went to Lightning. The element that has dominated the last couple weeks of matches, we're giving them an economic bolster. Makes perfect sense. Totally on board with that. A red coin here. Not sure what the benefit of that is. This is Metal aggressing on both sides. Lightning, I think over Lightning Rod could have maybe taken Thunderbolt. It's really good in the Lightning versus Metal matchup, especially when Lightning does have that disadvantage against Metal. Metal's got +5 against Lightning, so I really like taking Thunderbolt. Takes out any of their defensive fortifications adjacent to my general, especially if I'm taking something like Power Outage. Right? I got Power Outage, Shocking Development, and I'm taking Lightning Rod as well. If we're trying to play a full economic game, maybe Blitzkrieg Warfare isn't even the play, but I think that's kind of an int. Blitzkrieg Warfare is their best tier 2 option for securing whatever that initial boss is that they're pouncing upon. So this advantage. That's a top fiver. So Bao does not go for the Stallion kill here. Spends a lot of resources just defending this border. I like that play fine. I like that play totally fine. But it's susceptible to Lightning just attacking it at this point. And then I've spent a lot of resources just to lose it. I don't think Lightning's going to do that. I think they'd much rather prioritize their primary Harpy play. Because then the direction of the game becomes very clear. Yeah, totally cool just fortifying these outside borders. Absolutely. If Metal aggresses with both their armies here, Poison can bail me out. I've got massive casualties as well. An absolute top fiver of a card. Spy in the Forest, fortifying that one with 1 defense fortification. Doesn't own the Star Tile, but did put a soldier there to make sure that he has to go down swinging in order to secure it. Just a really solid economic game from Lightning so far. I like this so far. I would have moved the General into the desert. Only criticism to that play. Let's get new weather up in here. Should have been a cool weather. And yeah, we've got home field advantage. No one wanting to attack for the next couple of turns. We start off with 2 two-turn weather events here. Home field advantage, pretty solid. I'm not sure how much that actually changes what people were going to do. Can't Sandstorm? Sandstorm? What you mean Sandstorm? You know what's criminal? Is that we don't already have a Darude Sandstorm weather event. Truly criminal. Sinful, actually. What is Poison going to be doing here? Like, at this point, we've got to be able to go... He can only barely go tier 2. He doesn't have a... He could sell advantage cards to get an army. Couldn't go to the desert because weather. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Oh, that's why. Gotcha. That's what you're talking about. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So, yo. Bad casting, dang. Yikes. So Poison finally getting that second swap, which means they're in prime position to take the Stallion, but not till next turn. They don't have the resources to do it at this point. So this is an interesting position. Where's the General going to go here? The General, I think, dictates everything that Poison is going to be doing. Whatever direction the General moves this turn is going to dictate what the strategy is. He needs the General in this area if Stallion is in the play. Maybe he buys this forest. I don't see any way of losing it, right? Why not? Give yourself multiple footholdings at the middle of the board. Cool with this. This is a solid play. Can't afford the forest anymore, though. Didn't move the General either. So a little bit of an inefficient turn. I would have at least moved the General to the forest. You don't have to purchase it, but at least moved it to the forest. So a little inefficient there. Glacier's going to get the force retry advantage card. Saw it in his attack, and maybe this means he's going to go pressure Lightning. He's at 6 and 5. There's no way he's actually at 6 and 5, though. He should be at 17 and 10. And if he goes tier 2, he can actually turn both of these into blizzards. And then Lightning only has one way to get through. And then Blizzard can really focus on whatever play they're going to do. Maybe it's the Iceberg. I don't know. Because the thing is once Lightning commits Blitzkrieg Warfare somewhere, they're probably not going to be on the coast. They're attacking a boss somewhere, or they're defending against metal. Which means Iceberg might actually be a free play here. Iceberg has been very underutilized. So he is going tier 2. He's at 9 and 0. Can't afford this lake as well, though. I forgot we did that math last night. Or last turn. Goodness gracious. Last turn. Moving that General into the market. I think that's a fine play. Absolutely. Get to the middle of the board. Especially when I got Dragon's Retribution available. Get someone there to potentially pounce upon a landmark tile that isn't currently there before anyone else has a chance to go for it. Let's go ahead and look ahead. Let's look ahead here. We already kind of did. The only new weather event here coming up in a couple of turns. Right? Actually, it's 3 new weather events in a row. Plague is actually towards the top of the deck. Yet Plague is going to get moved there pretty soon, I would imagine. Once Polar Bears and Metallurgical Men get popped, Poison is going to want to look to do that. Yeah, all 3 of these nations have some sort of multi-army mechanic in Tier 2. He's probably waiting for, 2 or maybe all 3 of them to pop it and then pop Plague to get maximum value out of it. So he goes Tier 2, but what is his play? How do you get a soldier there? He used snowshoes through, I think. Okay, that's fine. Snowshoes through. Moves that iceberg into one spot. So he doesn't opt to use any of his Tier 2 abilities, and I think that's super inefficient. So what's the purpose of going Tier 2? What's the purpose of spending 10 and 10 that turn if you're not going to do something with it? I think that's a little bit of a lackluster play here. Gain intel for Metal. Look at the advantage cards of one enemy nation. He's just looking at them, and I imagine he's looking at Bobrix. Yep, looking at Bobrix. Everyone else is blindfolding except for Bobrick. He sees skin in the game. He's not feeling threatened by that. But actually, what you should be threatened by is that none of these cards are really that good for Poison's current position. Which means he's totally okay with throwing them away for Man-Made Plague or selling them once he goes Tier 2 to get extra resources. Poison is the best nation for bad advantage cards. But Metal's feeling the threat of a potential Poison incursion. And I don't blame him. Metal's general moving kind of redundantly in tow with this past soldier. This soldier has already moved to this field somehow, and yet the general is behind it. I'm kind of curious as to why Metal's not pouncing on the Stallion just yet. Maybe this is Bao's first time on it. Gotta wonder if he just doesn't know that he can. But we're already running out of really good options for it. Like, they are very methodically spiderwebbing out on the board, just networking themselves out. Like, already there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 potential destinations, and they're all in the middle of the board. Actually, this forest is wide open. Ooh, Poison gets it. So Metal does go Tier 2. Pops that swamp, turns it into an ore tile. Now he's got a pretty well-defended ore tile. I'd love to see Poison take this Winged Stallion, and I'd love to see them forget about that forest. I think that'd be a hilarious end to this game, because Poison would win. Almost positive they would win. It'd be pretty difficult to lose at that point. They're already in position to take Atlas. Doesn't look like Glacier's putting themselves in a position to do that. Metal's got great defensive fortification killer, so if they want to go to war with Metallurgical Men, that's great. Oh, is he doing it? Is he doing it? Spins the BM for an extra defensive fortification. And Metallurgical Men, ready for it? Ready for it! And are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we doing it? I think Bao and Bobrick are probably talking to each other at this point. And Bao passes his turn. Doesn't pop the Metallurgical Men. Lightning getting a pretty crappy advantage card in this given. Actually, it's not bad here if Glacier chooses to advance here. It's actually a pretty relevant card. Especially if he gets one more soldier there, then he's got enough to make an army whenever that defense occurs. That's very, very solid. But Lightning just trying to put themselves in a position to take Occipity optimally. Glacier can't do it next turn. Polar Bears is not a safe take. It could take it, but it's not a safe take. We're popping Blitzkrieg. So I guess he went Tier 2 last turn. We just missed it. He's popping Blitzkrieg, so he's going to go to 4 and 3. Oh, no, just 4. No, shocking development. Okay. So he's going to spend that extra 3 food. He went down to 4 via Blitzkrieg Warfare. Spends an extra 3 food to get the 3 soldiers from his general. Is he going at Oxipity, though? With Command Thunderstorm, it's still not a guarantee. It's getting up there, but it's not a guarantee. He is going for it. We could see a lightning turn for Tier 3 here. And then it's on against Glacier for sure. Home field advantage is now removed. Let's see the roll here. I think he needs a 3 or higher. Did he roll that? A 5 is on the board. Did he roll it? I don't know. Ooh! It is a take, I think. Oh, that's the general, actually. That's a take. Yeah, that was his general with the 2, actually. Rolls a 6 where it counts. Takes Oxipity. Lightning is Tier 3. This is juicy, ladies and gentlemen. Now the question is, can Glacier hold it off? They absolutely can stall at least 1 turn. Lightning, if he doesn't Blizzard here, Lightning can punch to this mountain. I don't think they want to do that, though. Don't think they want to do it, but this quest is up for grabs now. It should be everyone now playing to defend Seabass. This is exactly what we said. This is exactly what the direction of this game was going to go. I like the guts on Jackson here. It wasn't a guarantee, and he goes for it. Command Thunderstorm is up for 1 more turn now. So Lightning wants to use that efficiently to go into the enemy. Plague would happen at the end of this turn, though, if he were to pop it. Poison gets setting sail. Very interesting here. Any soldiers that he spawns on this capital could join an attack here on this lake. But Poison, you gotta play for your Tier 2 combo. At these resources, he had to have gone Tier 2, right? He's at 22 food, though. So he does pop Plague. He does pop Plague. Plague is very close to the top here. Plague goes to the top of the deck. Very nice. People are going to be losing soldiers at the end of this turn, which Glacier doesn't really like either, because now they don't want to play Polar Bears. So this is interesting. He's going to use Summon Home, but on who? Or is he spitting it for resources? Oh, no, he discarded it for Plague. That's what he did. He discarded that and Life Insurance. So he does still have I've Got Skin in the Game and Setting Sail at his disposal. 2 great options here. Is he at 22 and 13? So he hasn't gone Tier 2 yet. He would go to 12 and 3. Doesn't really need BM at Tier 2 because he's going to spawn 2 armies on his free barracks from his passive, courtesy of Multiplying Like Rats. So I don't think he needs to sell either of these cards because I think an opportunity could present itself in this fight against Metal, or if I'm able to teleport using Wing Transport over here to fight against Lightning. So I would like to see Poison go Tier 2. They are doing that. And I'd like to see them spawn one of their free barracks here on this swamp, spawn their 2 armies, attack the Wing Stallion, get that guaranteed. I would imagine he's probably talking to Bao right now saying, hey man, the enemy is Lightning. But Poison's actually pretty flexible here. They should know that Glacier, even if they play horrifically, they have at least Frigid at their disposal, which means they can stall at least 1 more turn and prevent them from attacking at all. Once they pop that Tier 2 Blizzard ability, I would set them up on both these lakes, maybe. Or probably one on this field. Yep, probably one on this field. And then, if I can afford this over here, probably a Blizzard here is probably what I'm going for. Set up a good barrier. Doesn't look like he's doing that, though. He's got enough. Got enough to get a free boss tile. What's the man thinking right now? I feel like that you either are pushing Seabass to try to kill him before Lightning, or you're taking Stallion. I don't think there's too much flexibility here. He could buy the forest and spawn his 2 barracks there and kill the Stallion that way. He's constructing a barracks there. But why? Training 2 soldiers. But 3 soldiers. But why? Gets an army on that lake. So, yeah, I mean, why spend 1 food on soldier when you can spend the full price of 3? Right? What am I thinking? Looks like he's trying to go over-cultivate. He's hovering it. Kill one of these ore tiles, sure, but you don't have any other place to effectively use it. Oh, he's going aggressive here. This will become a swamp. It removes the defensive structures here. Bao's first time playing against Poison didn't know they had defensive fortification removers. They absolutely do. So the army is going to take that, which I guess allows him to take the Stallion guaranteed next turn. We're just hoping Seabass can hold off, right? This is a good play from Bobrick. I do like this play. Move the general, right? Move it somewhere. I can get 3 soldiers here for 3 food. Why not? Why not? Why not? I understand it's a little out of turn order. He does train 3 soldiers here, a little out of order. That's okay. As long as the table agrees. And we get a fortification on the swamp. So, Bao's player is not that great. He can counter with metallurgical men and fortifying, but the problem with that is plague is happening at the end of the turn. He really does not want to do that. He would lose a good chunk of those soldiers. Definitely don't want to do that. Maybe metal is going to go at lightning here. Just go for it all. He can be 2 tiles away from lightning's capital with metallurgical men up here. We just slap a fortifying down right here. And then we maybe put the 200 capital, put 1 here, and then I think that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Boyce is going to be coming at me with a lot, though. A lot. So it goes to Seabass here, who's popping what looks to be polar bears. Does pop the tier 2 blizzard effect. Puts it on this lake, so a little inefficient there, but hey, whatever. Lightning can no longer enter that tile. Maybe just pops Frigid this turn. Probably a safe play, a solid play. Just rearranging those tiles. This stalls them, sure. Lightning's going to take some casualties. Yo, this is paining me. Like, you understand that the iceberg is... Jeez. Yeah, I'm getting... Just stop touching it! Just stop touching it! I'm blocking it. Got it, my eyes. Anyways. So yeah, this is going to effectively halt Lightning, but the question is Lightning... Were they even planning on killing Seabass? Were they planning on going somewhere else? It's very interesting. They can go at Kraken. They've got a turn with Command Thunderstorm. How much food are they going to have? 14? 1 food shy of constructing a full-on army. They could put a barracks here. They've got a soldier here already. Get 3 armies and attack the Kraken, and it's a guaranteed kill. Potential for a juicy play next turn that we're seeing. Great card drawn by Bobrick here. Lightning can guarantee take Kraken, though. Which actually is going to be quite necessary. I think Lightning should do that. They should see that as a good play. You take Kraken, it would destroy the soldiers on this swamp. I actually think it's necessary for Lightning to really put themselves in a great position here. Yo, Seabass is going ahead and popping that Dragon's Lair. That's... why are we doing this? I don't know. We can't use it. Wait, he didn't do the field? No, he didn't. Well, the field is 100% better, right? 100% better. But he's counting on, I don't know, maybe just snake it the short side. I don't know. He can still pop Frigid this turn, so I don't think it's totally terrible. But the field is 100% better. But popping Dragon's Lair here, I don't really understand the purpose because he can't use it this turn, which gives other nations the chance to use it. That's the big problem. And if he doesn't pop Frigid this turn, he's truly trolling. Because Lightning would be totally okay with utilizing their Never Strikes Twice ability here. They'd be totally okay with it. Because they're going to lose their soldiers to Plague anyway. But I would love for them to see their resources utilized over here to take Kraken. Secure that win condition, right? I'm moving up the standing. I'm guaranteed to help my standing in the season. But I'm also eliminating the threat of poison killing the metal player next turn. Not really a good other choice for it. I mean, you can kill these 2 soldiers on this Blizzard, but that's not really a big deal. Unless they pop Polar Bears here for some... I'm not... Like, what is this? What is this play? He's putting his second Blizzard there. I'm flipping your sand. Yeah, his second Blizzard's got to go somewhere if he's going to use it, right? I would imagine he was going to try to put it here, but like if you put the one thing on it, put the one Blizzard on the field, it accomplishes the same thing. So a little bit of redundant. This makes the Blizzard placement even worse, actually. Look at the choke he could have formed by putting it on this field and then on this lake over here. He's going to look back on that. That is big troll. Big troll. Every time he goes past 5 turns, it starts taking years. Oh, he starts taking years. Yeah, he's getting there. He does pop Frigid, so he's not totally trolling, right? Lightning cannot attack him this turn because they're adjacent to Blizzards. Once again, though, Glacier's Blizzard, so effective at halting Lightning's advances. They are such a good counter to Lightning. But now this still gives him a pathway next turn. What are we thinking here? Like, can we lock this? People lock? Yeah. Lock these tiles. It goes to Bao. Bao's got to make some plays or Bao's dead next turn. Poison's got Setting Sail. So what Poison could do is they could pop Setting Sail on whatever units they generate here. Poison could take it with this, and then those units could then travel through to the Metal Capital. Metal is buying 2 relics here. They did sneak a soldier to the Smith. They're using Descendants of Hephaestus. He's buying Hermes' shoes and Artemis's bow. He had a lot of BM to spend. He was at 18 and 20. That's going to put him at 18 and 0. Yikes. Spending all of his BM here, but he's going for the defense. Hermes' shoes, so his general could go here. He can roll a dice to eliminate these soldiers here. Let's see. Also gets Rain Dance. I don't think that's going to be utilized here. We know Plague is coming. Actually, if we use Rain Dance, that immediately procs it. Oh, Bao. No, Bao. We've got to see this play. Rain Dance now. You've got no soldiers on the board. Proc Plague, lose your soldiers, then spam dudes, and get rid of all the poison guys. Oh, big mistake from Bao right here. Big mistake from Bao. This is a great advantage card to draw in this current iteration. Oh, gosh. And look at this. He's spamming his Metallurgical Men armies when Plague is happening just after Lightning makes their move. This is not good. Not good. This is acceptable. A very inefficient play. He's going to pop his Hermes shoes, move that general 2 places. Yikes, he says. Technically, I don't think this DF is allowed to be rebuilt, courtesy of Metallurgical Men. I'll let it play out here. Let it play out here. So he used it twice, or did he use it all 3 times? Destroying defensive fortification. So he's going for the attack here, right? Going for the attack here. So Poison is so disruptive here. They're forcing Metal to purchase 2 relics that they wouldn't normally want. Eliminates the army. Wow, Artemis's bow gets rid of the army. He's going to get rid of that defensive fortification. Good roll from Bao here. This army's going to take it. So Metal is not going to die this turn anymore. But we should know that Plague was happening. Bobrick is totally okay with this. Bobrick's fine. Bobrick's going to take Stallion next turn. And as this is developing over here, that still leaves options for Swamp and Desert to be very relevant here. This forest is still open too. Oh my gosh, imagine they forget about this. Imagine Bao, like, he makes some decent plays. They're not as efficient as they could have been. But imagine Bao just blunders and dies to the forest. The forest being the destination of winged transport here. That'd be devastating. So that should be the end of Bao's turn. I think he's deciding whether or not to attack Kraken or Lightning here. If he attacks Lightning, it's super disruptive if he wins that. Super disruptive. And he does win it, right? Command Thunderstorm, he wins it. This is guaranteed to have an attack of 35, and let's see, he's at 25, 33. Max of 33. Hey, gosh! Like, do something! Like, I understand you don't know how much of a threat poison is to you right now, but do something. It goes to Lightning. Draw Sudden Storm. Plague is happening anyway. Oh my gosh. That is brutal for Lightning, but at least it's happening before they make any of their plays over here if they were going to go for Kraken, but Command Thunderstorm is gone. That makes Kraken not as tempting of a play, but he can get 3 armies there. Loses 10 soldiers for Lightning. 10 soldiers for Lightning. Just get those 2 armies off the board. Yep. Just get them off. Poison doesn't have that many soldiers left. Poison's not rolling anyway. It's Bao rolling, is that right? And he just... Oh, he didn't even attack. Bao rolls a 5 as well. This is a devastating, devastating plague. What is Glacier going to roll? It's only got 6 soldiers on the board. And they're all dead. All 3 players roll 5. That is a total of 30 soldiers potentially removed from the board from a tier 1 ability. Disastrous. Disastrous. What a hefty play. Glacier loses all soldiers. So Lightning still can't move here. They can still get 3 armies here and attack Kraken. That means they just have to roll higher than a 2. It's a 67% chance of succeeding there. But 3... Actually, oh, he doesn't have Coulomb's Law. If he had Coulomb's Law, it would be a guarantee. It's so hard not to take these 3 abilities now. With how the game currently is, it feels like you're trolling if you don't take these 3 abilities. I imagine Lightning will now probably just play to kill Glacier in 2 turns. Pop Thunderstruck here, put 2 defensive fortifications on it, just really secure that investment. Poison can do some cheeky things to eliminate them. Dragon's Lair is a potential play. Can Lightning go here, buy this, plant 2 armies here, eliminate this lake, then they can't get to the Dragon's Lair with an army. That's not bad, right? It's not bad. No piece have been moved, so I'm rolling here. I'm flipping it. Massive casualties is not really a thing right now. I'm not really worried about Metal's singular army here. Spawns 3 soldiers on the mountain and takes them right back. Spends 5 and 5 to do what? To own the star tile. Don't really know why that is. Okay, I think Jackson's kind of panicking a little bit. Pretty lackluster defense from Lightning here. Just what? Puts the down payment on the star tile for him? Okay, he wants to go to the Smith. Sure. How did he get there, actually? Did he have a soldier there already? Maybe he did. Could be missing that. Looking for a relic that will solve his problems. See what's left here for him. He's got the anti-advantage card. He's got Hercules. He's got Draconic Totem, Demeter Staff, and none of these are really sticking out to me. Demeter Staff probably best of all. We can enhance our economy, put a hot spring over here in this forest or something like that. We're already tier 3. We don't care. Massive casualties on that field. I'm not really liking the options there. I think the play was my initial suggestion, which is to disrupt the Dragon's Lair play. Take that lake with one of your 2 Thunderstruck armies. Then what we can do is we can Lightning Rod those units to our general the following turn and really make some good stuff happen. Think that's the play. So Lightning go ahead and buys Theseus' Aegis, right? So when he goes to war, he can negate advantage cards used against him. And so we get a new weather event. We're going to turn 5 here. It is Drought. That's a skip here. Southern Sun. Units cannot travel south this turn. So Metal's advances are halted. Poison, pretty much what it's going to be, though. I don't really think Glacier was planning on traveling south here. I think Lightning's plans are not hindered either. Someone gets bribing the Weatherman. Very solid here. It's Bobrick who gets bribing the Weatherman. Gonna draw the top 5 weather cards and put them in an order. Gets one of the new ones. Would you take a look at this? 3 relics have already been purchased. And they could go half price. Bobrick might actually want this right now. But Mount Up might actually be a cheeky play. Bobrick is going first. So he would get the initiative on any plays we made here. So what he should see is what can he do with Stallion when he kills it this turn. He's taking Stallion this turn. There's no way he doesn't. He's going to take Mount Up, right? And then do you take one that doesn't disrupt you? Or do you do one for the second and third player to pool their resources? I like this. I like this play. Because Bao is playing a much more economic game. This would simultaneously help Sebastian live while also sabotaging Bao's economy. I think this is a very, very good play. I think it's an obvious 2 choices. I don't see any relics that are really going to help Poison's game here, so I'm not too worried about that. Right? What helps Poison? Demeters could make another swamp for him. Not too worried about that. We've already got a Dragon's Lair at our disposal. And I don't really need any extra help on my general. My general is wanting to stay behind my own soldiers' lines so that I can keep farming out with multiplying like rats. So let's see what he did opt for here. We'll take a gander here. Let's see what he did. He opted for settling the score to sabotage Bao's next turn. I think this is absolutely the right play. Very good on Bobrick. Good place. Now take Stallion like a good boy. Still has 2 very, very powerful cards. And he can boost his economy at any time. 21 food a turn, 11 BM. If he doesn't spin BM this turn, he can go tier 3 next turn and start farming out that quest. I think that's a very good idea for him. You can win via your quest and 2 bosses. Social distancing hasn't been... Yo, this is the play, man. Don't spin BM. Spin food. That's fine. Take Pegasus. Go tier 3 next turn. Come on, Bobrick. See it. Master your own destiny. You've been the laughingstock of this game the last 3 matches. It's time to seize the day on Poison. Not even utilizing any new abilities, mind you. Did use a tier 1 that was new. So he is going to spawn. He gets a free barracks. Give him a little love there. He can put an extra barracks there. Yep. Helping out Bobrick there. He has a poison main. One might say that's a little interference here, but I think Poison actually has an excellent grasp on this game. Poison was a great matchup into these other players. You counter Glacier's Polar Bears, you counter Lightning's Blitzkrieg, you counter Metal's Metallurgical Min. It's a fantastic matchup. Look at him. Oh, he's zigging and he's zagging. This is great. Just capitalizing on these armies. Yes! Now Bobrick's figuring it out. Good job, Bobrick. Now spread out. Go towards Atlas. Go towards Atlas. Go towards Atlas. Right? Position yourself for the second boss in the next couple of turns. Oh, take Pegasus like a good boy now. Take Pegasus like a good boy. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. A resource building on the swamp. That's so unnecessary. That's just so unnecessary. Did I just take myself out of... I can sell an advantage card for 5 BM to go tier 3 next turn? Sure. Do I want to do that? I like my advantage cards. Actually, he gets exactly 12, right? Let's see. Let's count out the turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was done on 4, so this was done on 4 as well. Yeah, it's 5. It is turn 5. Bobrick has got, I think, a confident win in 2 or 3 turns. He does take Pegasus. He does take Pegasus like a good boy, like we said he would. Poison now has 4 armies on the board. Gosh, Poison is so powerful. Grants himself access to that wing transport card. Now Metal has to look alive or Metal's dead. I hope other players aren't warning of that. I know it's a tough rule to follow in this game, not to talk with people unless your generals are next to each other and or in the temple together. But it's a good rule. I think it's what makes this game it's one of the things that makes this game super unique. Now, in every game, people break it, right? You whisper out loud to one another. Glacier buying Dragon Slayer? If he bought Dragon Slayer, I think that's such a bad play. It's just so unnecessary, right? Lightning doesn't even have any troops on my doorstep. Whereas I could just take my armies, I could pop Polar Bears, and I could get his general out of here anyway. Lightning needs to shift directions here. I don't think Glacier is the play. It could still be. Depends on whether or not he attacks this Harpy tile. If the Harpy tile remains, he can cut through right to the mountain this turn. See what Seabass does. I imagine he's questioning whether or not Polar Bears can confidently take that. The answer is yes, it can. Lightning's at 13 and 23. Unfortunately, making a lot more BM than food. They do need more food. So Seabass moves his general to the temple. What's he wanting to buy here? Maybe he wants to buy Frigid back. It's not a bad purchase. Not a bad purchase at all. Or maybe he's trying to go for his quest, but I don't see us not spending our resources each of these turns. Spends 5 and 5 to get back his tier 1 Blizzard ability back. I think that's totally fine. Can't put it on the field where I'd like to. I can put it on this lake, though. But I think repurchasing Frigid was the better play. Oh no, he's spending 10 and 10 to get the tier 2 version back. Okay. But he can't even, he doesn't even have, he can go on this field and this lake, right? That's the only possibility in his current standing, unless he shifts to this desert. Wouldn't be bad if he did that. Like, you want to spread these blizzards out. Alright! You made your big play! Now either Polar Bear's an attack or end your turn! Now, if he doesn't want to risk attacking, I think the even better play is to actually go Polar Bears here and defend this field. Probably the better play. Downside to this is Lightning does have Lightning Rod, so he can train units over here, teleport them in to supplement this. Not only does he's got Thunderstruck as well. So he's going to Thunderstruck place 2 armies here. Just putting Polar Bear's armies here, 4 armies or so, will kill it. Does Lightning shift focus and go for Star Tiles? Polar Bears is being popped. They're both shifting to the field. Glacier does have 3 blizzards to their name, though. They're adding +3 on that defensive dice roll. It's not bad. Lightning did not take Coulomb's Law. I did think it was a little bit of a stretch. So now it looks like he's once again gone back to take the tier 1 ability. Training an army on this barracks. Okay, turn is over. Finally. Took him some sweet time here. Metal does get to draw twice. Ooh, Metal can actually disrupt this weather event here, but I don't think that's what they want to focus on here. They don't need to worry about going at Lightning this turn. They need to worry about Poison. Remember, if Bao doesn't cover up this forest, he is dead this turn. So, he's got all these other things on his mind. Is he going to remember to do all of it? That's the question. Or is Metal going to succumb to so many different moves that he has to make on his turn and forget to shift that general into the forest? What's Metal's economy at? 1611? And it's going to be worse next turn. So he's got one more use of Metallurgical Men, I believe they're pinging. He also has Artemis's Bow 2 more times on it. No units have been touched yet. I'm pinging this. Man hasn't made a move yet. It's already been a minute. Grab a piece and go! So he's going to spawn that final Metallurgical Men army. I assume we're going to Artemis's Bow here. Yep. Artemis's Bow on Bao's arm, on Bobrek's army. Let's see if Bao can get another juicy roll. Gets it 2. Not that good. Not that good. Only kills 2 soldiers. So he now killed a total of 7 soldiers for the 10 BM that he's invested, and he's got one more use of it. Artemis's Bow used to be incredibly broken when it came out because you could just use it every single turn. It didn't have a limit on it. Is he going to attack this? I don't think you do, man. You paid for honed armor. He did put a unit on the forest. He purchased it, so Bao will not be dying this turn. That much is for sure. But Poison has so many options now. Poison doesn't have to kill... Poison does not have to kill Bao here. Bobrek has got a clear-cut victory. If he goes for Atlas, go for Atlas, and then play for tier 3. You can go tier 3 this turn. He should be netting 12, right? Did he add this swamp that he... He purchased some tile to get himself 1 extra BM, I thought. He put a resource building down. That's what it was. No, Mount. He should be at 3. Yeah, because I remember he should have had exactly enough to go tier 3 in terms of BM. He's attacking this. I don't really... Like, what is the benefit of this? Poison is more than happy to allow this to occur. Because they're going to go tier 3 this turn. Rolls a 5 on his general. I think Metal just rolled a 5 and a 6. God, these kids are peasants, man. Who wins? $45. It's 11, 5, 35. About. Poison does win this battle here. Poison had to roll a 6. That's pretty good. Oh, wait. How many... Alright, Poison does win. Confirmed. Confirmed! Confirmed! Alright, I think this makes Bobrick's turn, like, so clear-cut. Now Bobrick just proceeds to his quest. Lightning's gonna get the Stone Mace's defense, gets a free defense fortification. A pretty terrible advantage card in this current standing. I'd imagine you put on the Harpy here. Does he go for the boss to just secure a win condition before Poison wins this game in 2 turns? That's where, like, sometimes you have to cut bait and just go for a point in standings. That's what I want to see some more people do. Like, sometimes you're not in a winning position. I don't see how Bobrick loses this now unless he just... I mean, it is Bobrick. So if anyone's going to blow this winning position, it is Bobrick. But I don't see how Bobrick loses. He goes tier 3 this turn. You start to farm your quest. You position for Atlas. How do you lose that? He's going to have 2 armies next to Atlas this turn with 2 swamps at his disposal. He's going to take back Metal Swamp right there. And then you position with Parasite. It's just easy! Got Toxic in every regard. I totally forgot. He can totally just destroy Bao. Bao's got no troops, though. The only way that he loses is if Lightning gets the kill on one of these nations, which I don't see how that happens at this point. It just takes too long for him to kill Seabass. So I think this is the right play. Pops his Thunderstrike. He's going to go for Kraken here. I think that's a good play. Gonna put a barracks down. I like it. I like it. But is he just lightning rodding here is the question. I think he's going Kraken. Trying to go for that win condition. With 3 armies and an individual soldier, he needs a 3 or higher to kill Kraken. What's going on here? I think Lightning's really missing out on Coulomb's Law here. I think if I see Glacier on the board, I'm not counting on me able to kill them with Quest. Even if I take Oxybity Timely. I know that's a hindsight is 2020 type deal. But I think Glacier's just one of those matchups that stalls me. If Metal's on the short side, even though Metal quote-unquote counters me. So now with these spare soldiers, it is a 2 or higher. It's a 5 out of 6 chance to kill Kraken. I assume that's what he's going for. Here we go. It's big roll for Jackson to get first win condition here. It's a 3. He does take it. I imagine he's going to obliterate this poison army right here. And Glacier has nothing to smack on the coast. He actually, quite literally, can only kill a metal barracks and poison structures there. That's actually hilarious. And he's going to go ahead and attack Glacier here at this lake. I like this. Chip away at him, right? Take it where we can. Jackson's going to... He's guaranteed to get away with a win condition here, though. So he's going to move up in the standings nevertheless. I think mathematically, Bobrick will be taking this win here in 2 turns. 3 turns, maybe. Oh, but look at the social distancing play here. There's 15 soldiers right there. He can conjoin all of his soldiers here as well to kill them all. He goes to Bobrick. And we're going to disrupt Bao's economy here. Pretty good. Glacier's going to... He was originally going to 15 and 10. Bao was going to an even better number. Actually, not at all. Well, Bao's economy sucks. He's at 17 and 19. So better than Glacier here. But he is going to be cut in the BM department. So he's going to essentially lose 4 BM. But he gained, or I think he lost 2 food, 4 BM. So not as much of a sabotage as we thought it was going to be against Bao. I'd love to see Bobrick also play for the temple here, just to keep recycling these poison abilities after I use them, just to farm out this quest. I've also got Setting Sail at my disposal. He could get 1 tile away from Metal's capital this turn. I don't think it's the right play. But he could. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom here, boys. Be right back. Alright, and we're back. That's what these messages are. Tier 1 passive. To get his free barracks he's talking about. So yeah, he's positioning for Atlas like a good boy. Seabass is... But he's not... He can't go tier 3. You gotta go tier 3, please. Please! Please, for the love of God, go tier 3! This game should be over next turn if he does, I think. God, Lightning is in such a juicy social distancing position. Immediately get half of my quests out of the way. That's crazy. It's interesting, he's positioning his general with Atlas here. He can sell an advantage card to go north of 20 food so that he can go tier 3. I think that's your play. Just sell budget cuts. Who cares at this point? You want people to spawn soldiers so that you can kill them with your quest. That's the card he drew this turn. Oops. That's the card he drew this turn. Throw it away. Sell it for 5 food. Yo! Move! Bobrick, you have such a clear-cut victory here. So he's using Toxic in every regard? What's he doing? Why did... Val just flung those... Just yeeted the buildings off for no reason. Just yeeted them. Just a big yeet. Puts a barracks on the Stallion. Yeah, he's not going tier 3, it would appear. Yeah! Like, why would you ever want to go tier 3? That'd just absolutely be the dumbest thing ever to go tier 3 and win the game in 2 turns, right? That'd be so dumb. Because Toxic in every regard counts for your quest. It'd be so dumb to go to the temple and just be prepared to, like, recycle those abilities the moment that you use them. That'd be so dumb. That'd be so dumb. Yeah. It's definitely not how you're meant to play Quest Poison. He is looking at Wing Transport. He can go to the swamp. Goes to the desert instead. I think he's going to go attack Lightning, which is the better option here. Lightning is kind of running out of resources. They can spawn 2 more armies, sure. That's about it. So I mean, you're attacking Lightning's Blitzkrieg tile, right? Yeah. He can spawn the Thunderstruck armies, that's fine. But without weather benefit, 2 armies, it's just a straight up dice roll, essentially. Plus, I got Toxic in every regard on the back burner. So Bobrick, I think Bobrick is still failing to see the big picture here. He's gonna split up his resources. I like this play. I like this play a lot, actually. This is much better. This forces Jackson to where when he spawns his Thunderstruck, that they have to go together. Because you're not going to roll 1 army against 1 army 2 separate times. Gosh, imagine the loss there. Man's got to move. Yo, oh, God. He's taking everything that I like and just, okay. Okay. I liked it better the way it was. Either way, I don't think they can stop him from going tier 3 next turn. Claims that 3rd swamp. Oh, he's only tier 2, so he can only do the 2 attacks. We forgot he attacked down here. And he uses budget cuts on a Lightning Barracks. I imagine this one on the Forest. So he's going to be able to go tier 3 next turn. I think without a doubt, he's going to take Aklis. Don't see how Seabass stops him. It's Seabass at 16 right now. He can go through. So actually, he could send 2 armies this way. Right? He unfortunately can't turn this into a blizzard. He could buy this and turn this into a blizzard, but then he's kind of out of food. He would only be able to spawn 1 more army. And he could snowshoes through, though, to kill Aklis. I'm going to go ahead and fling this here. Bobrick did nothing to disrupt your turn. Therefore, your turn should be planned. Shabam! We're at an hour and 20 minutes on this game, ladies and gentlemen. Hour and 20 minutes. I do think it's wrapped up in 2 turns here. And they should be pretty fast turns, because I don't think, mathematically, there's anything any other player can do to stop what Bobrick is going to accomplish. Jackson is going to walk away here with 1 win condition. I think it's just going to be Bow and Seabass trying to snag themselves 1, but I don't see how they're going to do it. Star Tiles. Not sure. Man, everyone, like, if you've been following the game the last month or so, I've gotten a lot of comments on how broken Glacier is. Well, guess what? They got a tiny nerf. But really, their nerf doesn't change like how they're currently played. It's the late game. And they're suffering well before then. And I get this is a newer player that's playing them today. But Glacier has a lot of ways to play around it. And then they're kind of just there. Glacier's got its place. When Activity's on the board, it's a solid pick. But when Lightning is picked before me, I'm not picking Glacier. I'm not going to beat them to Activity. Glacier's good against lightning, but I don't want to fight lightning. Who wants to fight lightning? Poison does. Fire does. Water might. Lots of good up. Nature might. I think nature be really good. Not really in this corner, though. Only one forest at our disposal, not even on our side. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, nature didn't get banned, right? We had a forest and a rainforest up here in the star tile. I would have taken a nature up here. It'd be pretty solid. I would have done that. Little cheeky nature play. So he does spawn another army. Do I win on Lake with 3 armies? Minimum of 45. He's at 25, 43. All right. So Seabass rolls a 2 here. It is a guaranteed kill on Lake. So Seabass is attacking the lake. Didn't actually expect this play. I mean, he's not denying Bobrick, which means the game is just over anyway. All right, he does kill. Take. Lightning loses the lake inside Glacier's territory, but really I think that was going to be even more effective at potentially... Was he trying to... What was he trying to use that for? Go to Dragon's Lair next turn? Now Dragon's Lair is going to go yet again another turn without being used. And so you question, why was Glacier using it in the first place? That market could have been very worthwhile for Glacier. But maybe it could have been very worthwhile for other elements. Maybe that's what the denial was. I don't know. Maybe there's conversations happening at the table saying, man, I can't wait to get to the market and use that market. Yeah, that market's looking real juicy to me. End your turn. End your turn. Turn's over, baby. You attacked. Yeah! Alright, now Metal... I really don't see how Metal does anything. Economy's not too good. Can't go tier 3. Boom economy. We've got Rain Dance to, you know, maybe do something weird. But Bobrick also picked this next weather event. And it's a good one, actually. All we forgot, it allows their generals to move twice. What implications does that have over here? I don't think it does anything. 2 generals guaranteed takes this. Or 2 armies, I mean, sorry. But it's going to be 3. Bobrick should just go for 10 armies. Actually, can he go 10 armies next turn? He can, right? He's going to be at 27 food, which means he's going to be at 39 food. Spawns 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4. Because his general's going to be able to move twice, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already at 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5. So it can be 1 army short, but then he'll have enough food to spawn 1 here for full. I think. Yeah. He should win this turn! Bobrick, do you see this? You chose the weather event. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. He would spawn an army here, and then 3 armies will guarantee take Atlas. That will be his first win condition, and then 10 armies would be a second. Oh, Bao just disrupted that by killing an army. That does stop that win condition, but he'd still be only 1 turn away from it. Oh gosh, Bao. Bao's just fighting for relevance here. But if he spins it, if he buys his army here yet again, he can't go tier 3 next turn. Metal has fizzled out. Artemis's bow has been utilized. Hermes' shoe has been utilized. Did he even draw 2 advantage cards this turn? I don't think he did. I don't even think he's utilizing his Hermes shoes. Gonna pop Rain Dance. Oh, which means actually Bobrick gets denied this movement passive here. Yeah, okay. So Bobrick can't, he no longer could win that way anyway. But if that weather goes through and Bao doesn't use that army, Bobrick can get to 10 armies. That would have been a really cool way to go out. I'd be down to see a Poison win that way. I'd be very down. Very, very, very down. And after all the Bobrick slander on this channel, isn't it about time Bobrick gets a dub? Isn't it about time? Yo, Metal's taking this attack? Yeah, this is not favored, by the way. What did he roll, though? He rolled a... Yo, Bao can't roll anything south of a 5. This is nuts, man. Absolutely nuts, man. Didn't the song come on earlier? Kind of fire, never heard it. But didn't come on earlier? Alright, Bao goes pretty fast on his turn. Respect, respect. Lightning does get to draw twice. Did utilize that. Only gets to take one of these, though. Gonna probably take Taming the Kraken. Because I'm gonna go Wage War on the coast. Maybe go for a Bao kill here. That's my way of winning. Kind of sad, lackluster when you take the quest that wins you the game without even needing 2 win conditions. And you're sitting at 1. So the quest is meaningless because whatever the next win condition I get gets me to the win. It's at 20 and 25. Can spawn 2 armies and then train 1. I think Lightning's way out. I think there's 2 ways he can do this. I think he can get 3 star tiles. I think he could potentially sneak 10 armies. Now, there's no way Poison should ever allow him to do that. Not a chance. But maybe there is. Maybe there's a play here. Just gonna fortify. You move your general into this tile and pop Power Outage. Right? That stops that attack. Totally fine. Yep, shocking development. Totally, totally. Train troops where you can. I mean, we're attacking Bao, right? Do we do the double attack on this ore tile? I think it's not a bad play. Move the general, pop Power Outage. He's spending all of his BM on defensive fortifications. If he were to build a full-on army here, he does his double attack. He's 1 tile away with 2 armies. Metal doesn't have the resources to attack back. And then I've got a shot at winning. I really do. I think that's his play. I don't think he's doing it, though. It looks like he's... You have Power Outage. You took Power Outage. We're using this, right? We're moving this general. We're using it. I think we press the attack here. That's our way out. What does Metal do, actually? They get to take a turn before. They would have enough for 2 defensive fortifications, sure. He doesn't have enough for an army. He can't even put an army up. That's actually wild. Okay, he is going for it. This is the play. Or you could just attack once here this turn. This is better. This is better. Good job, Jackson. Attack once here. You can do the double attack next turn. He's doing the double attack this turn. That's fine, though. I think that's fine. Put a defensive fortification up as well. He's got enough for it. Didn't spend his food on an army. And he still has 1 more use of Thunderstruck, correct? So he's at 18 soldiers, so he does get an extra soldier here. General can go twice. But if he doesn't pop Power Outage here, it just... Well, why did you take it? Jackson's threatening the win here. This would be a very big blunder on Bobrick's part. Bobrick's going to get a win condition here at least. Like, guaranteed he gets a win condition. The weather's gone. So Lightning did not take Power Outage, or did not use Power Outage. So we're just going to say this is the volcano. They deleted all the volcanoes. Unfortunate. This is a volcano. Bobrick draws a juicer of an advantage card here. Let's see if this actually... This could give him the win here. Can't get to 10 still. Still can't get to 10. I don't think he can. He can't, right? He needs to get paid. Why don't these guys like to pay themselves? Why don't they like to pay themselves? I don't understand. I hope he at least sold that advantage card for resources, right? All right. Pretty good question. So, poison, like, you go in tier 3 here. Then with the leftover food, if your general can get to 3 different barracks, can secure 3 different armies, you're only sitting at 2 here. Is there a way to attack the boss and totally secure your quest? Social distancing here. Great. Dragon's Lair here. Great. But these 2 armies have to be alive, and we also have to roll higher than a 1. And then also, how do we get here? We remove this resource building. We put a barracks down. We can train an army there for 5 food. If we train a 3rd army here, there's a guaranteed kill on Atlas. I'd like to see him do that. Removing the resource building, putting a barracks down, absolutely. He's got discount regiment. Why not use it? He's got to go tier 3. Got to stay north of 20 BM for that. I don't see... If he moves to general here, that's 5 food. Trains barracks here. He can social distance if he gets 3 armies here. That's 15. He'll kill 8 more with this. Or if he kills the capital, that's also 8. He's got toxic in every regard, so I see him getting to 28. Right? I'm counting that. He's 2 soldiers short of completing his quest. 2 soldiers short. That's what it is. He gets to 28 soldiers doing this. Unless he takes this fight here. I don't think he has enough food to do all this, though. He doesn't. So the math I was doing there was, if he buys Dragon's Lair, he'd have to sell an advantage card to get Dragon's Lair, send the army that he purchases here there. He would incinerate either Lightning's capital, or I would assume the tile outside Bow's capital, right? Okay, so he's going tier 3. We've been sitting here 4 minutes. We've got 3 different options that I see here for him. 3 different options at plays. I don't think you pressure in to Lightning here. Toxic in every regard. Who's he using it on? Probably on Lightning. So that once he eliminates this stuff over here, Lightning can't finish off Bow. That's the right play. So it counts for 5 soldiers on his quest. 1/6 of the way there. Removing resource buildings now. Thing is, if Bao doesn't feel comfortable attacking this with 1 army, maybe Bao's luck's gonna run out. He hasn't rolled south of a 5 this whole game, I don't think. Gosh, Poison is just absolutely setting this game on fire. Looking to purchase the volcano with everything, but spending all of his resources too. I think he gets to 28 if he does everything efficiently, while also killing the boss. He also kills the boss by doing this. This is turn 7, by the way. This is typically where most games are ending. is on this turn, but I think now with Bobrik's current resource position, it's going to be turn 8. Trains a soldier for 5 food here because his general is there. Absolutely. Takes Atlas. Secure that first win condition for yourself. Absolutely. Goes here, trains another army. So maybe he's positioning for the 10 army win condition in 2 turns as well. We really want to see our general get to this double barracks tile. So he's going to go to 7 food. Use his discount regiment, trains another army here. He's going to go to 2 food with that. No really efficient social distancing here except for this lake. I mean, what he should probably do is train a barracks here, spawn that army that he just spawned there. Yep, that's what he's doing. Okay. All right, Bobrik. It feels counterintuitive to do this, right? Goes to 2-1. Pretty efficient turn. Is he going to pop the social distancing is the question. I think you do. He's attacking with them instead. Gonna go for the kill on Lightning while also attacking Atlas. This is a guarantee. Okay, never mind. No, he's not. Yo! Attacks Atlas, so he's looking for advantage cards first. Okay, saw play. Gosh, their math is killing me this game. The mental math! Do some mental math, boys. Before you go to bed tonight, do some times tables and whatnot. Do some times tables. He's got 2 swaps. It's a guarantee. He's attacking with a minimum of a 75 on a 50 health boss. So it looks like he backtracked and the army was trained back over here on the... Hey, somebody take backsies from this play. Just come on, call it a day. Take 1 random advantage card from each of them. Come on, come on. Take a random one. Yeah. Yo! Yo! Minute's like, so now I get to do this? Yes! It doesn't matter! The game is over! Bao will defend here. Bao's only at 12-12. He can't attack. He has to just defend. It's very unfortunate. But he'll move his general back. I mean, I guess the only turn that matters is Lightning's this current turn. Only thing that matters. Bao will move his general here, put 2 defense fortifications up, train 4 soldiers. Only thing that he can do. As long as he's not trying to toss the game. Right, we want to see some good sportsmanship here. Good sportsmanship. Don't toss the game, Bao. Well, golly gee whiz. If I would have done about 6 things differently, I really would have. This game was a wrap. Should have been. Still is, right? Still is. Let's see what this next weather is. It couldn't possibly disrupt us, right? Couldn't possibly disrupt us. No nation could travel any western direction. That doesn't disrupt us, right? We win next turn regardless. Yeah, Bobrik is in the west, so this doesn't disrupt Bobrik. I'm curious why Bobrik didn't attack here. Curious. Very curious. So they don't draw this turn. They have to discard any card that they do get. Not sure what circumstances occurred for Glacier to get Setting Sail out of Bobrik's hand. New perspective, actually. That's what it is. So they swapped cards. Absolutely. I'm putting the turn here. The reason why I'm putting pressure on Seabass right now is because there's literally nothing he can do. He's at 28-16. He's so close to tier 3. He wouldn't have been able to get 6 blizzards anyway. Buys back a tier 2 ability, I believe. Spent 10 and 10. That's what it has to be. So I imagine he probably purchased back this. I imagine. Can't use it this turn. And if it did, it'd be 2 lackluster places. It could only be on the field and the lake. Only place they could go. Yeah, Seabass, I mean, the best thing he can do, it does stall the game at this point now, and what you're seeing is, like, there's only 2 things that can happen. It's either Jackson cheeky kills Metal, or Bobrick kills me via my quest. Which I think will be very likely. Very likely. Lightning's at 20 and 24. Going into this turn, still has 1 Thunderstruck use, right? There's actually a good shot. Bao can't confidently attack this. He can only train 3 soldiers, I think, while also putting defensive fortifications down. So actually, there's a decent shot that Jackson actually takes this win here, which would be a Bobrick blowing the win. Bobrick had the win, I think. I would have loved to see a Bobrick win. But we did the math, right? We had the 10 army condition. That was gone. But he could have positioned for the boss earlier and positioned for his quest. Yes, yes, he had it. So he's using his tier 1 Blizzard ability to put it on that lake. But what's it? I mean, what are we doing here? What does that matter for us? If Seabass separates these soldiers, it does stall. So it goes to Bao here. Yeah, Bao didn't look at the card. Throws it on top. We've drawn through a good chunk of the deck. This has been a long game. Long game, absolutely. Puts barracks here. Well, this is interesting. Don't really get this play. You didn't have enough for an army, right? I don't think he had 15 food. Okay. Oh, and Bobrick, little negotiation said, I've got skin in the game for you. So this is 2 armies attacking. It's not a guarantee. If Bao's luck runs out, Bobrick uses I've got skin in the game to bail out Bao here. All right. So now I wonder, I mean, I guess that play happens regardless. But I think Lightning could have popped their next Thunderstruck and maybe only attack this lake in position for a 2-tile take. I think that could have been a different play. But then does Bobrick play it differently to where he social distances to kill? That's the question. Not sure if he does. But Bao could also roll low here. Did he split up one of the armies? I think he did. He did split up one of the armies via friendly fire. So this is actually only an army and 8 soldiers. This is not that good. Jackson might steal this win. I'd be down to see that. Ah! Yo! Friendly fire, very clutch here. Wow! This is going to be the take. It's 25. Bow just rolled with a 23. Their defense was a minimum of 25. Jackson's gonna spawn his Thunderstruck armies and take the dub! I think, right? Is this a guarantee? Is it a guarantee, actually? It's not a guarantee. They're flipping stuff. It's close, but it's not quite. Wait, or unless... Yeah, just one, right? It's not guaranteed. Yo, they threw all their stuff out. Yo, these people and their mental math, it sucks, bro. 3 armies is close, though. It's a 48 minimum. He's defending with a maximum of 25, 30. Jackson steals the win, man! Jackson steals the win from Bobrick. But Bobrick does cash out on 1 win condition, so it's not a total loss. But Bobrick had the mathematical win. He did. Bobrick had the win. And he didn't do it. He didn't secure it. Some lessons we learned here. Go tier 3 when you can as Poison. Farm that quest. You had options. Glacier was in no position to take this boss. You had options. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great game. It was a pretty long one. Pretty long one. Pretty long one. Came in right at an hour and 45-minute game. Turns were a little long there at the end from all players. Snake the win. It was Jackson. Can't touch this. Very solid stuff. Very solid stuff from all 4 players.
Now,
Love it, love it, love it.
Looks like you could use the
Appreciate
cool
the hydration.
Splash of a sip of water. Drink up, Captain.
Great wins, boys. We'll see you in the next one. Empires of Aether. Love you.